In this section, I'm going to show you how you can add fillets to your shape. So I'm going to create a new part here. So I go and click on new and type in part, and I hit OK. You can see that the part is going to be named part 1. And now I am in part design environment. First of all, I want to add a sketch. So I go to YZ plane, go to sketch, and I'm using profile tool to create a very simple sketch like a U here. I go and add these lines, go down to the left and to the top and close my profile. This is a closed profile, so it is gonna create a solid object. So I select padding, and I'm going to add 50 millimeters in both directions. So I click on mirrored extent. I hit OK, and now I have this. So first of all, I should go to Trace of Features toolset. If you do not have it, you can click on Trace of Features, or you can go to Insert Menu and Trace of Features. This is easier way to find your tool. So on Trace of Features, I'm going to select Edge Fillet. First of all, you can see the radius of fillet is 5 millimeters. I'm going to change it to about 15 millimeters. So the object to fillet means that you can select as many edges as you wish. So this is the first edge that I am going to select, and this is the second edge, I guess, and I guess two edges are quite okay. So I hit on click OK, and you can see this added to my shape. So edge fillet added a fillet to the faces that are adjacent to that edge and not anything else. So this is the first thing that you saw. So I press Ctrl Z several times to undo what I have done, and I'm going to pad to left a little bit. The second thing that I want to add here is going to Trace of Feature and add a variable fillets. Variable fillets means you can add fillet on one edge, but at different points you can have different amount of filleting. That is, the radius is going to be different in some points. So first of all, I want to create some points and show you how you can change the fillet in that point. So I'm going to add 3 points, for example, to this edge. I guess this edge is okay. So I click on this face, I go to sketch, and now I'm aligned to this view. I'm adding some points here, so I go to profile and add some points. For example, the first one is going to be here, the second one is going to be here, and third one is going to be here. Now I want these points on the edge, so I select the constraint, select the point, and select this edge, and now you can see that it is about 70 millimeters. I want to make it 0, so I hit OK, and now this is on the edge. Of course, I can select this point, press Ctrl and select this edge, and go and click on Constraint Define and select Coincidence. This is easier to, make sure that the point is on the edge. And the third point is gonna be on the edge like this. So I hit the Coincidence, and now I have 3 points on the edge. And of course, this line has a beginning and an ending, so I have total of 5 points. So I exit my workbench and I press in a blank area. I go and select this variable radius fillet tool, and now the first thing is the default radius. The default radius is gonna be about 15 millimeters, I guess, and the edge that is going to that I'm going to apply fillet to is this edge. Now I should select the points. You can see that 2 points are selected by default, the beginning and the end point, but I'm going to add these 3 points that I have created before. So I highlight the points, I go and select this point, and this point, and you can see that I have different amounts of fillet added to this. I double click on this constraint and make it about 35 millimeter, for example. You can see the radius is increasing to 35. I double click on this. I want to make it about 20 millimeters, and I double click on this constraint and make it about 20 millimeters. So I press OK, and now I have different amounts of fillet assigned to these points, and I can go and click on OK. You can see the result is like this. So variable fillet is a very nice feature, and you can add different amounts of fillet to your shape. Okay, now I press Control Z again to undo what I have done. Now the third thing that I want to show you is type of fillet that is called, I'm not going to talk about chordal fillet, I'm going to talk about face, and three tangent fillet. So if I want to select face, you can see that it asks me to select the faces. So I can go and select this face and this face, and now you can see two faces are selected, and the adjacencies between two faces gonna be filleted. So let's go back to the first fillet that I have created and see the difference between these and the edge fillet. If I press Ctrl Z again to undo this and go and select the edge fillet, you can see that instead of selecting edges, I can select faces. But what happens whenever I select faces? Any edges that is adjacent to this face is gonna apply fillet to that. So if I click OK, you can see that every edge adjacent to this face applies this amount of fillet. But whenever you select face, only the edge that is between the two faces will apply the fillet. So this is the type of fillet that you have. Again, I'll press Ctrl Z several times. And the last mode that I'm going to talk about is three tangent fillet. And this is very interesting because the amount of fillet is going to be calculated automatically by Catia. So I will select two opposing faces, for example this face, and I rotate, and this is the opposing face. So I have two faces selected, and the face to remove is gonna be this, for example. And if you click here, you can see that instead of removing, you will have some addition to this material. So if I click OK, you can see that the material is added to here because it has calculated that this fillet needs some more material. But now select again, I'm going to select three tangent fillets again and show you some other mode. If I select this face, for example, and now select the opposing face, that is this, and now the face to remove is going to be this face, the face between these two. You can see that now it should remove some of the face, so this is automatically calculated by Catia. So this is interesting. I want to have it one more time, so I go and select this, and this is the first face, this is the second face, and this is the face to remove, and I hit OK, and you can see the result is very interesting. So these are different types of fillets, and I'm going to talk about chordal fillets in next sections.